Faulty meters, auto rickshaw drivers who refuse to ply. Well, the problems commuters face on the streets today are far more than what you can count on your fingertips. Well, a Pune-based startup has taken the radio taxi model and applied it to the auto rickshaw. Rishank Chandravarkar hops on and brings us the Auto Wale story.
Pramod, how may I help you?
I want an auto at 6 o'clock from Baner to airport.
Sure, Mr. Sheetal. I'll go ahead and book a trip for you. Well, let me inform you, Mr. Sheetal, that your approximate distance would be 22 kilometers. You will also receive a confirmation SMS from our end before 1 hour of your trip time.
Okay.
Yes, the radio taxi model now comes home to our favorite rickety auto rickshaw. Order an auto rickshaw from the comfort of your home. The value proposition around which radio auto service autorickshaw.in was built. Getting the auto rickshaw back in the limelight is Mukesh Jha and Janardhan Prasad, two students from IIT Kanpur, who left their cozy jobs at Infosys to work together to capture the radio rickshaw opportunity in the city of Pune. I caught up with them to find out more about Auto Wale's underlying business model that got them excited.
So the basic business model is we buy kilometers and time from drivers in bulk, and on one hand, and on the other hand, we collect customers' requirements through various channels, and then we distribute the kilometers that we have got from the drivers over the customer's demand. And the main focus is to minimize empty running, and that's where the profits of the company lie.
While Mukesh had an appointment with the Pune RTO, Janardhan and I went about understanding the business on the ground. Auto Wale had been in ops since 2010, yet even after getting 400 auto drivers on board, they realized that the business was generating huge losses, and so had to change their business model. What in essence is now the differentiating factor from the old model, and how is it playing out in the new model?
Sure. So when we started, we thought, okay, so let the rickshaw guy go as per meter, as per government rule, and what we'll charge is something called as a convenience fee on top of the fare, and then that will be our revenue model. For the reasons that I explained earlier, we changed the model. So now our model is slightly different, where we don't intend to make money out of the convenience fee mainly. Instead, we try to make money out by optimizing the fleet. So we give assured revenue to the driver towards the end of the month, good for driver, and we get higher profit margins just by optimizing the fleet.
The point that Janardhan makes is important to understand. Let me paint you a little picture here. A typical auto driver Rajan based in Aundh has to drive customer Shaila from Aundh to Hadapsar, which is about 10 kilometers. Shaila pays the meter reading of rupees 150. In Auto Wale's old model, Shaila would pay Rajan 150 plus a conveyance fee of 15 rupees, which would account as Auto Wale's revenues. In the new business model, Auto Wale pays Rajan 100 rupees and purchases 10 kilometers. Rajan then drives Shaila to Hadapsar and gives Auto Wale the fare of 150 rupees. The new business model ensures two things. Firstly, it significantly increases the revenues Auto Wale makes from every trip by the auto driver. Secondly, the fixed income assured to the auto driver at the end of the month incentivizes him to take on more trips without the fear of returning empty. With the new business model's early success, we stopped by an auto rickshaw driver and asked him how he benefited from Auto Wale's model.
जेव्हा आम्ही ऑटो चालवायचो त्यावेळेस आम्हाला कस्टमर भेटतात नाही भेटतात त्याच्यावर आम्हाला खूप उशिरी स्टँडला थांबून एक 2-2 तास थांबून आम्हाला कस्टमरची वाट बघावी लागायची. तर कस्टमर असं यायचं नाही की 10 रुपयाचं येईल का 100 रुपयाचं येईल असं काय माहिती नसायचं. ज्यावेळेस आम्ही ऑटोवालेचे जॉईन झालो त्यावेळेस आम्हाला आमचे प्रॉब्लेम दूर झाले आणि व्यवस्थित आमचं पैसा पाणी व्यवस्थित भेटतो.
Next, we dropped by the RTO office where Mukesh and Deputy Police Commissioner Patil were discussing the need for such a service.
Optimize the existing infrastructure of auto rickshaws in Pune city. As a matter of fact, Pune city has around about 50,000 auto rickshaws. There is a lot of requirement in terms of paratransit in this city, and we find that door to the destination services are more desirable, and if we are able to bridge this gap, then it would be certainly benefit the passengers.
What's more, DCP Patil explained how the RTO complaints will only reduce if the market is organized. In short, making clear that the bureaucrats are on board and won't pose as a barrier. So if there is a clear need and no opposition, you must be wondering why major radio cab players haven't entered into this business in India. To understand this, me and Janardhan went to meet Baba Shinde, who heads an auto union.
रेडियो कैब जो है वो आप नंबर ऑफ 100, 200 ऐसा कुछ भी ले सकते हो रेडियो कैब में, लेकिन जहां तक रिक्शा का पॉलिसी है, रिक्शा पॉलिसी के लिए रिक्शा ड्राइवर के पास बैच परमिट और लाइसेंस, ये तीनों चीज होना जरूरी है और वो कहीं पे भी काम पे नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा कंडीशन है। जैसा रेडियो कैब ले सकता है वैसा कोई भी कंपनी रिक्शा ले नहीं सकता है। ये इंडिविजुअली आदमी को ही रिक्शा परमिट मिलता है, ये कोई कंपनी को मिल नहीं सकता।
Clearly, the onboarding of auto drivers onto a fleet is the biggest barrier to entry, something Autowale is no doubt banking on their future growth. So now that Mukesh and Janardhan have an assurance from the RTO and support of the unions, they are now focusing towards achieving scale. At the end of 2011, the company has made close to 1 crore in revenue, and by the end of 2012, they're targeting 10 crore rupees in revenue with almost 1,000 drivers in their database. The key to achieving their growth targets is in keeping their customers happy. But as the business grows, the customers also expect a little more customer care.
I think one thing Autowale can definitely improve on is the quality of the auto interiors. We are generally used to very rundown autos. So I would like to see that the Autowale autos have a very consistent standard quality. Seats are comfortable, suspension is nice. Generally a more recent auto than a old rickety auto.
Autowale has raised 2 crores in funding to fuel their growth. One of their angel investors is Rajesh Swani, founder of the Global Super Angels Forum, who believes that Autowale's market could well expand beyond 100 cities like Pune.
I think the market in Pune alone is between 200 million to 250 million in 1 year, the rickshaw travel. If you multiply it by 100, this is a few billion-dollar opportunity of organizing the rickshaw travel.
The objective is clear, to gain traction in one city and then take the model across other markets. It's getting on board a dependable auto rickshaw fleet and maintaining the quality of service that will be key for Autowale.in. Haggling for auto fares is a thing of the past, as the Autowales from Pune have tied up with the Autowales from IIT to recreate the basic amenity of hassle-free public transport. But don't be fooled, there are profits to be made, as the company is growing at more than 40% month on month from a service whose profit mantras run on 3 wheels.